It's been a little while. You might be a bit out of practice. But it's time to go wild. And we're back with another Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. We're available on YouTube and Podbean, as well as picked up on Amazon Podcasts. If you want to contact us throughout the weeks, you can do through Facebook or Twitter.com/TTGW Radio. You can email ttgwradio@outlook.com, and you can text with 07849767755. Well, been a busy couple of weeks. I may have kept my voice from last night. You know what? We'll do it. It's time to go wild. Hello and welcome to another Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. The last one was a little short, basically because I'd chipped a tooth and it was kind of cutting into my tongue. So you didn't have to put up with much of me. But this week, well, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, I must admit. Last weekend, things seem to be turning a corner. And last night, well, I must admit, I thought we did rather well. And I'm not being biased about that. I mean, it was a really good game to watch. Bit of a shocker, to be honest, to see us going up front and pulling things back as well. The guys did well. All of them. Every single one worked really, really hard. And, well, it's proving that things are coming together. It's just that there are some very, very tough teams in the league, and we've just got to keep knuckling down and keep going. So, as per usual, we will do our little bit with the scores of the last week. And then maybe a couple of comments about the previous weekend as well. So the scores starting back on, well, we'll go to Friday with the Elite League and Challenge Cup action. From Friday the 8th of November, Glasgow Clan 2, Dundee Stars 1. Only one Challenge Cup game played. We move now to the league for the Elite League, and on Wednesday 6th of November, Dundee Stars 4, Cardiff Devils 6. On Friday, Cardiff Devils 3, Guildford Flames 1. Moving to Saturday, Guildford Flames 2, Coventry Blaze 1. Nottingham Panthers 2, Sheffield Steelers 4. Manchester Storm 2, Belfast Giants 7. Fife Flyers 4, Glasgow Clan 5 after overtime. On Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 5, Belfast Giants 2. Dundee Stars 5, Fife Flyers 2. Coventry Blaze 0, Cardiff Devils 3. Moving to the National League on Saturday. Berkshire Bees 1, Telford Tigers 6. Bristol Pitbulls 2, Solway Sharks 1. Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Peterborough Phantoms 4 after overtime. Sheffield Steel Dogs 2, Leeds Knights 5. Swindon Wildcats 4, Hull Seahawks 3 after overtime. On Sunday, Hull Seahawks 5, Milton Keynes Lightning 9. Leeds Knights 5, Swindon Wildcats 4. Peterborough Phantoms 6, Bristol Pitbulls 4. Romford Raiders 6, Sheffield Steel Dogs 3. Telford Tigers 2, Berkshire Bees 0. To Saturday the 9th of November now for Division 1 North Morley. Hull Jets 9, Deeside Dragons 6. Leeds Knights North 1, 1. Billingham Stars 10. And to Sunday, Blackburn Hawks 4, Nottingham Lions 1. Deeside Dragons 4, Solihull Barons 0. Sheffield Scimitars 3, Leeds Knights North 1 0. Widnes Wild 4, Whitley Warriors 7. Division 2 North Laidler. From Saturday, Sutton Sting 10, Bradford Bulldogs 2. Telford Tigers North 2 8, Sheffield Titans 2. On Sunday, Billingham Buccaneers 3, Altrincham Aces 2. And Bradford Bulldogs 7, Nottingham Lions North 2, 3. And that roughly rounds up the scores from this last week just gone. We'll hopefully bring you more, of course. And we've got a few to talk about from the previous weekend in just a couple of minutes' time. Well, moments' time even. So, there were quite a few interesting results this weekend, but we'll go back a week because we'll go backwards in time. Sunday, 3rd of November, Widnes were up in Billingham and it was a 7-0 loss, but before that, points on the board. The guys have finally worked it. And it was against the Sheffield Scimitars in Sheffield. Sheffield Scimitars 2, Widnes Wild 3 after overtime on Saturday, the 2nd of November. So 2 points finally on the board for the overtime win. And, well, okay, went down 7-0 up in Billingham. Billingham are a very, very tough team. Very tough. You can tell by some of the results that we've had this last weekend. You know, they're going to be tough games out there. But the game against Whitley on Sunday, well, nobody expected the way that game went. I mean, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, Widnes opened the scoring. Andrew Hopkins from Mikey Gilbert and a returning Matty Barlow. Yes, Matty Barlow has returned to the Wild. Departed from Leeds. Things didn't seem to work out for him there, but he's back with the Wild and well on the score sheet. So there, end of the first period, Widnes 1-0 up against Whitley, and you could tell that they were getting frustrated. Second period, 26-39, Whitley get one back. Philip Edgar from Dean Holland. Then at 32-17, it's Whitley again, Callum Queenan from Harry Harley and Jordan Barnes. Widnes 1, Whitley 2. Widnes answer back to take it to 2-2 at 34-30. Mikey Gilbert from Andrew Hopkins and Matty Barlow. We're holding things there. No, we weren't. Delayed penalty goal 35-19 next. It's Andrew Hopkins from Bailey Thompson. It's 3-2 to Widnes. Whitley answer back, 35-51 on the power play. And this time it is Adam Wood from Harry Harley and Philip Edgar. You have to excuse me, I'm having to sort of read it at a funny angle. So, it's now 3-3. Just before we went into the break at 38-45, we had Jay Lucas from Sean Kippin and Matthew Bentham. It goes for Widnes 3, Whitley 4 as we go into the break. Okay. It's 1 goal in it. We start the third period and we're short-handed. So we're on a penalty kill. That doesn't deter the guys. We go 4-4 at 40 minutes and 58 seconds. Short-handed Damani James from Thomas Virostek. And that's like, hang on a minute, we're 4-4. Whitley really power on the pressure. 41-50 now. First of 3 from Sean Kippin. Sean Kippin from Jay Lucas and Liam Smedley. It's now Widnes 4, Whitley 5. We had to wait another 10 minutes now for the next goal at 51-56. Again, Sean Kippin from Philip Edgar and Ethan Reed. So it's now Widnes 4, Whitley 6. Widnes are still battling. They're battling. Whitley are throwing absolutely everything at Widnes. Widnes decide it's time to pull the goaltender in the final minutes or so of the game. 59-22 empty net goal from Sean Kippin from Adam Wood. And that was the final score. Widnes Wild 4, Whitley Warriors 7. However, if you want to break that down, the first period was 1-0 to Widnes, and the shots on goal were 8 on Whitley Bay and 18 on Widnes. 8 and 18. That's a lot of rubber to face in just one period. But that wasn't the end of it. Second period, 6 shots from Widnes and 2 goals. 27 shots on the Widnes goal for 4 goals. 27 in just one period. I mean, the guys were working hard, but Whitley's attack was ferocious. 27 shots. And then in the third period, it was 6 shots on Whitley for 1 goal and 10 shots and 3 goals. Well, 10 shots and 2 goals, I should say, and then 1 on the empty net. So actually it was 10 shots, 2 goals, and a grand total of 55 shots on Harry Campbell in the Widnes goal and 20 on Ryan Wardell. I don't know how Harry Campbell pulled some of those saves off. Honestly, it was phenomenal to watch. He was out of his skin. It wasn't worthy of an MVP. It did go to Andrew Hopkins, our captain, but what a performance. The guys did not give up. I've read some of the comments online, and some people are saying, no, the result didn't really reflect. The 7-4, no, doesn't, because, of course, it's an empty netter. But the 6-4 goal line, even that, it's not. I'm not saying it's flattering to Whitley, because they worked so hard, they fought hard, they pressed hard, they did everything they needed to do. They got the 2 goals to get that extra lead. But from a team in Widnes that is right at the bottom of the table still, battling away against a team that's quite high up the table and pulling off some big wins as well, that was a result and a half. I mean, people are trying to put it in perspective, and having been around hockey quite a while now, as many of you know, you've got a team in Whitley that's the bulk of it have been together for quite some years. So they know where they are. They know their instinctive plays. They know where those passes are going. They know exactly what to do because they've been playing the plays. They know each other. Widnes, again, very, very young team. The bulk of the team are hardly over the age of 21. There's a few older players, but a lot of them aren't no older than 21. And some of them, it's not it's sort of their first or second or whatever, not many seasons at this sort of level, and they're battling. They really are battling, and we were doing backflips in the on the timekeeping bench, absolute backflips. Nobody expected that. The crowd, thank you to all the supporters. You were great. The noise was brilliant. The intensity was brilliant. It made for a really enjoyable game to watch. Shame about the result from a Widnes perspective, but to watch a game like that, it was enjoyable to watch. It was heartbreaking. Don't get me wrong, it was heartbreaking, but it was good to watch. Enough of my ramblings. Time to go on to another bit of my ramblings. Yeah, no. As after the game, I caught up with one of our younger players, I could say, one of our newer players. He did play a bit last year. Our Luke Alston. And this is what we had to say about things, especially with a bit about the game on Saturday for the under-18s.
Well, what a night at Planet Ice Widnes. The YKK Widnes Wild were taking on the Whitley Warriors. And I've been joined with a lad who's had a busy weekend against Whitley because he was playing 18s on Saturday night. Luke Alston. Luke, thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well, we'll start with Saturday night. It was a tough game against Whitley. Things went a bit to and fro in that one.
Yeah, well, the penalty minutes messed the boys over, and we had them strawed down the whole entire time, but penalty minutes messed us over. But it's all right, we build on from it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of 5-minute majors. The first one, you held your own, you kept it together, and it was also 5-on-3 for part of it. Second one, the legs, I think, were probably starting to go a little.
Yeah, it was just a tough situation. wasn't really in our favour, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
They weren't expecting that kind of a game from us in the end, were they?
No, we outplayed him in, I'd say, every department. We had him pinned to the end. I think we were overall a better team, but just unlucky with the penalties.
And as for tonight, it was the big boys, the Whitley Warriors themselves, and it didn't start out as planned for Whitley Bay, did it?
No, we went up 1-0 in the first period, and I'd say we had them really well pinned down. I think coming into that game, I think they just had too much confidence against us.
I mean, it was a toughie. It was nip and tuck all the way through, even in the third period. I mean, even at 4-4, then 5-4, and then unfortunately went to 6-4. But the shots on goal, Harry Campbell in goal again for the Wild, outstanding from him.
Yeah, Harry, honestly, excellent goalkeeper. I can't complain. It's just amazing.
And they peppered him with pucks. It was 55 shots on him, plus one on the empty net, and 20 on Ryan Wardell. So, with that, excluding the empty net goal, which was one shot straight into the goal, 55 for 6 versus 20 for 4. It's a phenomenal ratio.
Yeah, it just shows he's one of the best in the league. I'd say it's outstanding the way he plays. It's just the confidence that he has. It's just superb.
I mean, as for yourself, you've been playing through our academy. You've come on a lot. You've also been playing up in Kilmarnock for extra ice time, a different style of coaching, different style of playing. How does that feel?
Coming from different kind of areas and coming up from the academy, it's a big wish when you're playing in the academy to play for the senior team. So I'm very happy for the chance to come around, and playing in Kilmarnock last season really helped. It's a different style of hockey, I feel, and I feel like it's really helped me develop my game into this year.
I mean, you've also done some time at Bradford this year as well. I mean, so you're playing different players as well, some that you do know at Bradford, and some familiar faces, as well as some different faces, and again, different coaching.
Yeah, we've got, I think Kai and Jared also playing at Bradford, so it's been a good little situation at Bradford. We've put up some good points, helped the team a little bit, but it's all just for the development in the end of the day, and we're here to help the Wild, our senior team. So,
I mean, Bradford have always had a good reputation for bringing on good young players and bringing them through, and then they go on to bigger and better things. And ice time is important. Sometimes it can be a bit limited depending upon the game. But tonight, whenever you got out there, you went out and played your part.
Yeah, I was just trying to play my role, I feel, but overall, I think I was a bit more confident this game than some of the others, and I hope to build upon that after getting our first win.
I mean, the dressing room must have been feeling really buoyant. Okay, the game in Billingham last Sunday wasn't quite, but Billingham are a really high-flying team yet again this year. But against Sheffield, it was overtime, but points is points in the end, isn't it?
Yeah. Getting the points from the Sheffield game, I feel like that really helped build our confidence into the next game. So after the little blip against Billingham, I feel like moving on to this game, I feel like we've shown what we can do.
And everyone, you could see they came out with confidence. They came out with energy. You could see the forechecking, the poke checking. Everything was just coming together really well and just driving for that win. And it was, you could hear the crowd getting louder and louder as the game went on as well.
Yeah, I think you can say that for every single player, because honestly, every single player, I think, came out with confidence and put in the effort. So I really respect that from every player, and it helps getting the goals and stuff for that effort.
I mean, next weekend it's Sheffield, so the return leg from last weekend, and anything can happen. Everyone's just going to be digging deep.
Yeah, at home. Hopefully we got the fans come in roaring. So hopefully we have a good backing and get a good win. Hopefully.
Well, I'll let you get finished and sorted and ready to go home. You're probably shattered after this weekend.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for joining me.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Luke. Always good to chat to players afterwards. We did have a good chat as well. We brought up the game against Whitley's under-18s on Saturday. That game was gutting because we were running a good game there, but Whitley just piled on the power, piled on the pressure, and we'd had a couple of 5-minute major penalties to kill off. The legs are starting to give way throughout the game for the under-18s. But again, a really really intense game, lots of passion, and we had Will Daly, we had Luke Alston, we had Thomas Virostek, all playing for the under-18s on Saturday, and then they were playing for the Waikiki Widnes Wild again on Sunday. So, you know, these young players, they are giving so much of their time, so much of their energy, and they just keep going. And it's a testament. And you know, I really do hope a lot of these younger players are just able to keep going and thrive for the future, because it's great seeing them coming through the system. Well, where does that leave things now? Well, you know what we will do? A little bit of table talk. As first, we go to the Elite League with their league table first. As we start at the bottom, as always, we have 5 flyers at the bottom of the table at the moment. Check the points one. So 11 games and 4 points. Glasgow Clan in 9th, 10 games, 4 points. Manchester Storm in 8th, 9 games, 6 points. Nottingham Panthers in 7th, 9 games and 8 points. Dundee Stars in 6th with 10 games and 10 points. Belfast Giants in 5th, 9 games and 11 points. Guildford Flames in 4th, 10 games and 13 points. Coventry Blaze in 3rd, 10 games and 13 points. Sheffield Steelers currently in 2nd on 8 games and 14 points. And at the top of the table, you've got the Cardiff Devils, 12 games and 20 points. But with the games in hand, it's a bit tighter than you might think there. So we can have a look at the Challenge Cup tables. And in Group B first, we will have the 5 Flyers at the bottom of their table with 10 games and 5 points. Dundee Stars in 3rd with 12 games and 9 points. The Glasgow Clan, 10 games and 13 points. And the Belfast Giants at the top of that one at the moment with 10 games and 18 points. And how that works is the top team will qualify for the semi-finals, and the team who will finish second in that group will advance to the elimination game. So that must be against the 3rd place team, I'm suspecting, in Group A. In Group A, which is 6 teams, at the moment you've got Guildford Flames in 6th place, 10 games and 5 points. Coventry Blaze in 5th with 7 games and 8 points. Manchester Storm in 4th, 9 games, 9 points. Cardiff Devils in 3rd at the moment, 8 games and 9 points. The Nottingham Panthers in 2nd with 9 games and 13 points. And the Sheffield Steelers at the top of the table at the moment with 9 games and 15 points. So that's the Elite League. We can now move on to the National League. At the moment, you've got the Berkshire Bees in 11th, 18 games and 10 points. Solway Sharks in 10th, 16 games and 11 points. Bristol Pit Bulls in 9th, 18 games and 13 points. Just above them in 8th position on 19 games and still 13 points is the Telford Tigers. Moving up to 7th, you've got the Swindon Wildcats with 15 games and 18 points. Peterborough Phantoms in 6th, 18 games and 22 points. Joint with 5th place Sheffield Steel Dogs, 18 games and 22 points. And the Hull Seahawks, 18 games and 22 points, sitting on 4th spot. And in 3rd spot, with 16 games and 22 points, the Romford Raiders. So 1, 2, 3, 4 teams all on the same point, and only one of them with 2 games in hand, which is Romford. So 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th all level on points. In 2nd place, Milton Keynes Lightning, 17 games and 25 points. And top of the shop, Leeds Knights, 17 games and 27 points. Moving down to the Division 2 North Ladler. At the moment, you've got the Nottingham Lions NIHL 2, 12 games and 3 points at the bottom in 10th position. Then you've got the D-side Ducks in 9th, 8 games, 5 points. In 8th position, Bradford Bulldogs, 11 games and 10 points. Joint with the 7th place Sheffield Titans, also on 11 games and 10 points. Above them in 6th, 11 games and 12 points to the Altrincham Aces. But they're joint with the 5th place team, the Coventry NIHL Blaze, 8 games and 12 points. 4th place to Kingston Sharks at the moment, 11 games and 14 points. The Billingham Buccaneers in 3rd, 9 games, 21 points. But then there's a big jump to the top 2. Telford Tigers NIHL 2 in 2nd on 10 games and 30 points. And then the Sutton Sting on the top at the moment, 13 games and 39 points. But basically, when you look at the max points, Sutton and Telford are on exactly the same. Both unbeaten. Completely unbeaten. Telford 10 from 10, Sutton 13 from 13. So, quite a gap building up between 3rd and 2nd. But this being hockey, anything can happen. But now we come to Morley, Division 1 North. And we have in 10th place the Widnes Wild, 12 games, 2 points. Then the Leeds Knights North 1. In 9th position, 13 games and 7 points. Level with the Sheffield Scimitars in 8th position, 14 games and 7 points. Nottingham Lions in 7th now, 11 games and 15 points. Then a bit of a gap opening up to the 6th place Solihull Barons on 12 games and 20 points. Just above them in 5th, Whitley Warriors, 12 games and 22 points. With the Hull Jets in 4th, 13 games and 26 points. Only 1 point above them in 3rd, the D-Side Dragons on 13 games and 27 points, joint with 2nd place Blackburn Hawks, 13 games and 27 points. But at the top of the shop, with a pretty clear lead now, 13 games, 36 points, it's the Billingham Stars. So, quite a gap opening up at the top of the table. But, bottom 3, well, when you look at the max points for the table, Billingham have 105 possible, Blackburn on 96, as our D-side, Hull 95 possible, Whitley 94, Solihull 92, Nottingham 90, and then the bottom 3 actually reads Leeds 76, Widnes 74, Sheffield 73. So, it's not all doom and gloom in a manner of speaking. Anything can happen. Remember, this is hockey and all kinds of weird things happen. And this weekend kind of proved, I wouldn't say a weird thing, but you never know. You never ever know. So that's the table as things stand. So a couple of newsy items as we move forward. And which one should we go with? Yeah. The English national team programme are delighted to announce the squads for the 65th edition of the Quebec Pee-wee tournament, which takes place in February next year. And there's an under-13s boys and under-13s girls team going. And for the players for the boys, you've got Oscar Annetts, Ralph Champion, Caleb Edelston, that name rings a bell, Zach Fairweather, Theo Hillman, Riley Hubbock, Planton Kitajevs, I think it is, apologies, Jack McAlpin, Tivoli McKenzie, Harley Morgan, Mason Newman, Hugo Nicholas, Lewis Oates, Jasper Phipps, Jacob Robinson, Luke Swift, Nimrod Torok, Jacob Vanek, and the reserves are Caden Meller and Jude Terry. They're the under-13s boys team, and a name that should ring a bell to people around Widnes, Caleb Edelston. So congratulations to Caleb on getting picked for that from our junior academy. That's good news. Now, the girls team. For the girls under 13s, you've got Freya Appleton, Daisy Ailey, Casey Lee Beeson, Marnie Carney, Ava Crumby, Rebecca Goldring, Maisie Goodall, Emmy Karriainen, Annie Knox, Violet Lennon, Misha McBean, Abigail Ransom, Nina Reeves, Amelia Strachan-Jones, Evelyn Strong, Poppy Ward, Sky Wheeler and Ayla White, with Mei Ling Chang and Miley Fraser as the reserves. A name that rings a bell there, Poppy Ward, previously a part of the Wild Academy. It's good seeing players who have become known to me and known within our juniors to be starting to make inroads into international, be it within England or even getting into GB. So that's great news. So that's for the Quebec 2025 tournament. Now, something coming up in December. The national team programmes of both England and Scotland are in full swing, and the organisations have put together a winter programme to help coaches with their selection towards travelling teams for both nations. And they're inviting players to participate from December the 27th to December 30th at Ice Sheffield. And there will be Team Red and Team White to play each other, as well as Scotland for full-length games. So they're going to have games, basically, on December 27th and 28th, which will be the under-15s and under-16s players, and the 29th and 30th, which will be the under-13s and under-14s players. So get yourselves down if you can. They are intending to stream them on the England Ice Hockey YouTube channel. Attendance is free. So yeah, that's going to be going on down at Ice Sheffield between the 27th and the 30th of December. So between Christmas and New Year, big tournament to go on down there for the England and Scotland ice hockey international sort of things for the under 13s, 14s, 15s and 16s. And the other one that broke, formally dated, get it in your diary. England Ice Hockey and the National Ice Hockey League are delighted to announce that the joint playoff weekend for Division 1 and 2, North and South, will be called the Steel City Showdown and will take place at the Bauer Arena at Ice Sheffield the weekend of the 12th and 13th of April 2025. So this year, it's a slightly different format in that it will be, for the Division 1 trophy will be the Ken Taggart Memorial Trophy. The Division 2 trophy will be the Taggart Bowl. So yeah, so instead of having a North playoff weekend and a South playoff weekend, it's sort of all coming together. So the games will be for the Division 1 and Division 2 North finals, Division 1, Division 2 South finals. Then you get the biggie for the grand final, Division 1 North v South, Division 2 North v South. So it's going to be the first time that this has been put together in this way. But it's going to be big. It's going to be big. And who knows who can take it. Last year, for North, we had a few surprises. The inaugural team being the Billingham Buccaneers taking the Division 2 title. And the league champions, the Billingham Stars, falling short to the Blackburn Hawks in both thrilling finals. Absolutely thrilling finals. All the teams gave their all. Few shocks, few surprises, particularly the game with Coventry. We thought they were dead and buried in that game, and then all of a sudden they came back into it in their Division 2 game. So, this is hockey. Anything can happen. So, there's a couple of little newsy-related items for you. Now the usual little bits, when I find it. If you have the running order in the right place. Of course, we thank all of our sponsors with the Widnes Wild. Our title sponsor, YKK. Our penalty box sponsor of Fresco Environmental. And our timekeeping bench sponsored by Sigmatex. We also thank Cheshire Taxation, DMH Tyres, Roger Truck Services, MPG Maintenance, Bright Spark Event Lighting, Northwest Mixers Ready Mixed Concrete, and Newton Construction. We also have our player sponsors to thank for Charlie Henry, his main sponsor of Bear Aesthetics, and his additional sponsors of La Jolie Ronde and Alice J. Clark, sports romance writer. And our Bez Hughes is sponsored by Barlow's EV. Of course, if you want anything Widnes Wild related, it's widneswild.co.uk. The social medias for, I still call it Twitter, even though it's now X. It's for there, Twitter, /X, and Facebook, it's /WidnesWild. If you want Instagram, it's instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial. I think the TikTok is tiktok.com/@WidnesWildOfficial, and our YouTube channel of youtube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club. So, a couple of up-and-coming fixtures, and there's been a couple of changes in our fixtures. So, I hadn't realised, but where are we? Yep. This weekend on Saturday, our under-12s are in Sheffield. Our under-18s are in Manchester, but the YKK Widnes Wild are actually on the road up in Billingham. That game has been rescheduled from March because there is a Nottingham Lions game now scheduled for that day at home. So Saturday, 16th of November, YKK Widnes Wild are up in Billingham. I think it's a 5:30 face-off for that one. And then on Sunday, 17th of November, our under-14s are in Leeds, but your YKK Widnes Wild are back at Planet Ice Widnes against the Sheffield Scimitars, 5:30 p.m. And we quickly go for the next weekend, Saturday, 23rd of November. Our under-12s are at home against Manchester. Our under-19s then follow them against D-side, so that's from about 20 past 4, quarter past 20 past 4 for the under-12s, and around about 6, just after 6 basically, for the under-19s. In the meantime, our under-14s are away in Sheffield, and then on Sunday the 24th of November, your YKK Widnes Wild are down the road in D-side, but your Widnes Wild women play their first home fixture of this season, and they will be playing the Whitley Bay Beacons. That's at 20 past 4, Sunday, the 24th of November. And if my fixture list is correct now, our last bit for November into December, we have on Saturday, the 30th of November, if my fixtures are correct, which I need to double check. At the moment, I've got the under-12s will be facing D-side, and our under-18s face Leeds. And then apparently we've got the Whitley Warriors again on the 1st of December. So, again, check all these online and keep your eye on all the social media outlets for all of the fixtures, because, of course, they can change. And, unfortunately, we don't necessarily catch them in time. So that about rounds things up from me for another week. Final little thank you to everybody for Saturday and Sunday of both games, of course, before the face-offs, with it being Remembrance Weekend, and today also the 11th of November. It is Armistice Day, and of course we do, every day we do, but it is a focal point to have those moments of reflection, to remember why we can go about our daily business the way we can, for the sacrifices made by so many people, so that the rest of us can enjoy what we enjoy. And we do remember them and honour them. And what can we say? It's a big sacrifice. And thank you to everybody who observed the respective silences throughout the Remembrance Weekend. So, that about rounds things up for me. Hopefully, I've got a few things sorted for you all. Hope to see you all at the next games down at Planet Ice Widnes. Whichever it is, wherever you're getting your hockey, of course. Enjoy it, take care of yourselves, have a good week. And until next time, keep it wild. Ta-ra.